I've carried an entire keg of beer on my bike for an Oktoberfest party. I'll come back to that story in just a moment. The utility of bikes is what's fun for me. Knowing that I can use my bike to go touring across the entire country, commute to work, pick up groceries, survive like some sort of apocalypse that might take place in Chicago, pick up a keg of beer. There's something too about like turning those chores into like a fun challenge of like, can I do this on my bike? That feels particularly satisfying. All right, here's the plan. I gotta go take care of the garden that's been neglected. And I'm gonna go find sticks, I hope. Just laying around from storms and whatnot. Looked around the streets around me and there wasn't a lot of big pieces of wood laying around. So luckily just around the corner, I have a park that's right next to my community garden. And I hit the jackpot there. From an efficiency standpoint, what's kind of nice is in a city, using your bike to go like a mile or so is sometimes faster than your car because you don't have to worry about parking. You can kind of blow through some street lights or take sidewalks if you need to, if you're going down the wrong way for a moment. And honestly, every time I leave the house to go do something in the car and I pass somebody on a bike, I'm so upset that I'm not on my bike too. Okay, I think if I make a little V shape right here, I should be good. I'm not going far, I'm just right on the corner. And if this is not enough sticks, well, I can come back and I'll know what I'm looking for. And I definitely show up more times happier when I've ridden my bike to go do chores than if I took the car. I don't get frustrated the same way on the bike that I do behind the wheel of a car about like traffic and road ragey sort of things. This is our community garden, which I love. I've been in Germany for 5 weeks, so it's a little bit of a wild mess. My plan here was just to kind of trim down a lot of the side branches. Tomatoes tend to ripen up faster if there are less side stems and less foliage. Yeah, this is some sloppy gardening. Poor guys weren't cared for. So I got these down to either single stems or double stems in most cases, and used the wood to help prop them up a little bit. I currently have this Nitto front rack, which was a nice little shelf for some of the tools while I was working. It's not meant to carry a lot of weight, but I do have on my other bike an Origin 8 Messenger flat rack, and that rack is amazing. It's like a pizza rack, basically. I've gone and picked up a giant box when I went to go get my suit for a wedding, and I always feel just like having a rack on your bike is so nice because you don't have to choose to bring it. It's just always there. It's dumb, but there's something so enjoyable for me while I'm biking, seeing my bike carry something in front of me, that functionality. Yeah, I don't know. I love like containers and bags and like utility elements. And so a front rack really scratches that itch. I'm really also enjoying having my new frame bag from Panda. That's a good example of I don't need to make a choice. That thing's permanently on there. I'm not taking it on and off. Super lovely to have that on the bike. And I love the way it carries the weight. I've noticed that when I go grab a few things and I put it in the center, the ride quality is so much better than if I load the front of the bike quite a bit. Back to the Travoy, the biggest challenge I ever gave it was last Oktoberfest. I was like, I'm gonna go get a keg of beer on this thing. Did it make the most sense to go get it instead of get it with the car? Probably not, but there was like a fun challenge element. And honestly, I went like 8 years without a car in Chicago. And just knowing that I had the ability to do a little extra work, it's wild how freeing it is to have the capacity to go run and get something and not go spend money on an Uber to go pick it up. And like having that bike to get out to the suburbs and escape the city. Anywho, biked over to Half Acre Brewery. nice Chicago brewery, and it was a couple miles away. And this is where probably the van would have made more sense, but wouldn't have been as fun. Grabbed a keg, which was super nice, just getting out the door on the Travoy. I did need to take it slow. We were drinking that beer for our Oktoberfest party that night.
Speed bump.
And I just didn't want to like super shake up that keg. Went over some speed bumps pretty slow, took it through the park. And it worked. Worked perfectly fine. It was just a little bit slow going. But it's nice to know that if you don't have a car as an option, you can do some of these sort of like chore things. I definitely spent a lot of time living in Chicago on a much tighter budget, and having a bike that has a lot of like utility to it made so much stinking sense. I saved myself gobs of money commuting to where I needed to go, not needing to call an Uber to go pick up, a bigger item from the store. Every once in a while making a Costco run on it. Currently, I'm loving just using my Bags by Bird bags for some grocery shopping. It's got some expansion capabilities, and that along with my Nitto front rack, it's just kind of a nice lightweight option to go run and grab like a small load of groceries every day rather than pick up a whole load once a week. If you're interested to see a little bit about that Bags by Birds bag, I've got a video you can check out. I think there's a lot of people who live in the city who can't afford a car, don't have a car, and having a bike that has a lot of utility to it makes so much sense. My second bike, which is my gravel bike, I've got the Origin 8 rack and the rear rack on it, so I can always just throw the Ortlieb panniers on it, load that sucker up, and I could throw the Travoy on the back as well. You get a lot of gear, a lot of stuff on a bike. Thanks for watching this video. Little teaser of some things coming up. I'm gonna bike up to Milwaukee. I think I'm gonna try to do it in one day, one big push. Give myself a whole day to explore Milwaukee on the bike, because the last time I was up there, I didn't get to enjoy it as much. Take the ferry across Lake Michigan with my bike, do some bike packing through Michigan, where I've got some family, and maybe a little brewery tour in Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids has great breweries. If you enjoyed this video and don't mind giving it a like, dropping a comment about anything you want to see. There's a fly in here. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.